Hi, welcome. Today we'll learn something about a DACPAC, the introduction of the DACPAC, and how do we use the DACPAC, how do we create the DACPAC. So the DACPAC, so what is DAC? Let me show the arrow here. So the DACPAC, so the DAC in the DACPAC is database, data tier application, and pack is package. What's the definition of the DACPAC? So data tier application DACPAC is it's a logical database management entity. It's a logical database management entity. So logical entity. So database entities which normally contains all the SQL Server objects, something like data tables, views, store procedures, functions, user-defined tables, including logins, everything schema about a database combination of everything, the entire entity, we call it as a DACPAC. It is a self-contained unit of SQL database. So what do? We combine that as an unity and as an entity, and we deploy that in different environments, something like a dev, QA, UAT, and production, continuous productions. So this DACPAC, which enables the developers, data developers, and also the administrators to package the SQL Server objects, the total entity of SQL Server objects, and that can port to a different environments as a package. So it's nothing but a schema combination of all SQL Server instances created as a package bundles, just like a zip file. So this is packaged with the extension called DACPAC, and that is moved to the different environments. In contrast to DACPAC, there is something called BACPAC, BAC. So in this BAC is backup, BAC is the same as package. So what does this do? So this is BACPAC is related to an artifact that encapsulates the database schema. It's nothing but your DACPAC, as well as the data stored in the database. This is only one difference. Means like it contains the schema as well as the data. So the difference between DACPAC and BACPAC is, so the DACPAC is useful for capturing and deploying only the schema and full schema of entities, SQL Server management entity, whereas BACPAC useful to capture the schema as well as both data. So in a simple sentence, we call it as a BACPAC, which is equal to, you're going to add the DACPAC plus data. But in the development, when we are moving from one environment to another environment, most of the times we do use only DACPAC because we need to move the schema from development to QA to other higher environments. So I'll show this how do we do this in our Visual Studio. Let me open 2022. Let me create a new project. As it is a DACPAC, so we need to create a new database project. Search for database, and this is SQL Server database project. Click on SQL Server database project, and I wanted to create a DACPAC for the one database. Let me open up the SQL Server Management Studio. Let me connect to my local database engine. let's see how many databases are there. I can see only the AdventureWorks is there. So let me copy the name of this AdventureWorks, minimize this window. So I'm saying my DACPAC name is AdventureWorks or db underscore AdventureWorks. So it's creating a new database project here. I'm gonna create. Okay, this is my new database project which is created, which is empty. There are no SQL Server entities are available here. So to create the entities which are available in this, so one way we can do is manually we can create folders, something like DBO, and in this DBO is a schema. In this DBO I can create tables, and in this table I can add a new table. So here what I can do is I can go to the tables. So as I created for the DBO, I can right click script table created to. So this is my entire create table. So I can just copy it here. I can paste it and I can save the table name. It's saving. Okay, now I can go ahead and rename this as. This is one way of doing it. This is the manual way of doing it. But it's time taking process, right? Because there are a number of tables here. So if you do it manually, it's going to kill a lot of time. So what's the other way? Let me delete this. So to make this automatically perform this operation, go to tools, go to SQL Server, new schema definition, comparison. So in this, select the source. So you have three options here. Select the database. In this, select the database. Let me remove this from history. So let's try to connect to the server, whatever the server you want to do it. So I'll just connecting with my server, my local, with my authentication details, and it is showing all the databases available. I'm just selecting my AdventureWorks and clicking on OK. This is my source is done. Let me select to the target. Target is my project here, DB. So the target is I need to select this project as DB AdventureWorks. So what does that mean is this source we are trying to convert into this project here. So just click on the compare. What does it do is it will split into two. The screen will be split into two parts. One is like it will show all the entity objects SQL database entity objects on the left hand side, and the project related entity objects on the right hand side. As there are no entities available, objects are available in this database DACPAC project. So it will not show anything here on the right hand side. So everything will be shown on the left. So it will pull all the data from the database, and it's retrieving all this information, schema, the users, and the XML and the user defined data types. You can see the functions, trigger, procedures, views, store procedures, and the tables. So out of this, so what exactly we wanted to move it to the DACPAC. So initially, to avoid all of them, so I'm simply excluding all of them so that none of is selected to move it to the DACPAC. Now I just wanted to select only the DBO to be moved. DBO. So I just selected these three tables and clicking this update. I wanted to move only these three tables in the DACPAC. So you select this and click on this. It is updating here. It will create the table first. Yeah, schema first. In this schema you have the tables. In the same table you have all this tables folder. You have all these three tables. So the same thing which we saw here. So you can see all the details here. Okay, the tables got created. This is the way we move the data from here. So let's try to move one more something called instead of DBO. Let's do something create for a human resource employee. That means like let me compare this. Okay, I'm just selecting here human resource employee. If I click on update, it will throw an error saying the human resource DBO schema is not selected because we didn't select this schema. Without selecting the schema, we cannot move the table. So let's see what kind of error it will throw here. Are you sure you wanted to update the target? Yes. It will pop up another error message. Let's have a look. What is that error? Here it's updating. See, one or more object schema is not selected. Objects related to that schema will not be updated. Do you want to continue? So now the schema is not selected. That's the reason. Do you want to continue? I'm saying it as no because I wanted to update the schema also. So I updated the schema. Let's compare it again. Yeah, so we need to compare each and every time. So we selected this human resource employee here and schema also here. Let me update this. If I click on update, it will create a new folder called human resources and that some more table. Human resources table. In the table, we have this employee. Build the solution and check. So whatever we have done is, let me go to the build solution and rebuild the solution. It will throw some errors now. So to move to check in these changes, we have to clear all these errors. So I'll go one by one, even though it's going to take some time because you need to understand what exactly and what is this error and how do we resolve this error. If you can look at this here, uh, employee table, there is something called salaried flag. This is a salaried flag, which is unresolved reference to the built-in type. Something is a DPO flag, which is not available here. This flag is not available. So we need this this is a reference. So there is a dependency on this. So we need to clear this first. So for that, I need to go to the compare and DBO and the flag. I need to add that DBO flag. So to go and see where is the DPO flag and it'll take some time for me to check in this area in the total list. So what you can do is you can just go ahead and click on this button. You can select filter against the schema. So in this DBO schema, so I need to go and see where is my flag. There is this use a different type flag. So I'm just clicking on this flag. So that one will go now. So we have this flag is ready. These two errors will go now. After that, what we have is human resources foreign key person start person. So I need to get this person to get the schema first. So I need to create the schema also. I'll go to none and I'll add the schema. So I added the schema person. Now I have to go to this person here and this person schema. I need to add a table called person. Yeah, this is the person. What else you have it here? This person, so this person dot business entity ID, which is part of the same thing. Let me update the same. So you'll get one more table here, not only human resources, you'll get a person.
So the build is happening now. So we got this person now. Okay. Now, even though if you don't rebuild it, it will automatically rebuild this Visual Studio 2022. What you can see now here is it's looking for a DBO name style. The person is having some dependency on some other tables. So let me go back and say compare it. So hopefully, like we'll try to resolve all of this build issues now itself. I had to look for a DBO. In this DBO, I had to go for a name style. Name style. Where is this name style? So this is my name style. I'm selected that. Then I need to select for the name also. Name is done. Name is done. Then in this person, you need to select one more reference. So let me go to person. And this person, I need it for additional contact and individual contact. So let me anything else which is left over here. Individual contact, business entity. So I need to select the business entity also here. Is there anything called business entity? Yes. So this is ID only, the column. I don't have any problem with that column now. So let me update it again. Okay, it's updated all of them are build. Let me build the solution. Yeah, now successful. Now this I can check in the changes to the GitHub or like TFS, so that it will build to the next level. This is the way you need to do it automatically. So this you can save this schema compare. You can save it somewhere. This supposed not be part of your Git. So you can save it somewhere. So what does that do is, so next time onwards you don't need to, if you select save this file, so next time onwards you don't need to mention this where exactly, or you don't need to mention this or like a source as well as a destination. It will select automatically. So this is how you create the DACPAC. And two more important things in this. There are two more scripts we need to normally use it. Those are called pre-deployment script and the post-deployment script. So let me add pre-deployment first, and let me add one more is called a post-deployment script. Okay, so what does this pre-deployment do? So as the name suggests, so before deploying it, this pre-deployment will execute it. This script will execute it. Whatever you write in this script, it will execute it. Something like if I wanted to delete a table, so something I wanted to delete a table, I can write a script so that it will delete the table. Or if I wanted to alter the table, I can write the script to alter the table also. So anything before executing it, we can write the script. So this requires some more details. Like if anybody wants more details, like just send me email me on the I'll the details which are there. So send me an email. I'll help you out. Probably in the next video, I'll give you more details about it. The post deployment script in the same way. So as the name suggests, so this one will execute after everything is done, after execution of the total DACPAC. So it will execute after DACPAC. So normally we used to, this one we used to load the data. So these are the two scripts. We can use it for pre-deployment as well as in post-deployment. Okay, this is about creating it, the total DACPAC. See, like let's do some changes in the and see like how do we update it here. This is for the creation. So once the DACPAC is done, some developers or like DBA team can go ahead and do some changes to the existing tables. So that tables also we need to move it to the DACPAC next time. So what do we do now? So let's do some changes to the tables. So here let's go and design changes here, error message, username. What is the username? Let me give the default value as uh, temp login. I'm just added uh, one. I changed the database. It's nothing but I'm just changing the database. So I'm just saving the table. Okay, it's not allowing me to do that. So I'm adding one column here. Let me try to save this. Yeah. So database log, I created the new table here, new column here. Let me go back to my Visual Studio. So close me. Let me close all the scripts. So I have. Let me even show you that. Let me open the same comparison. So let me open this file. So as I told you, like this source as well as the target is automatically displayed here. Now I wanted to update the newly updated or design the table in this DACPAC. So you can see it here immediately, right? You can see the DACPAC is like the column which is the table which is there in the target, which is there in the source. There is some difference. What is the difference? So you can see there's a highlighted one which is not available in the DACPAC, which is available in the source code, in the source, in the database. So this one has to migrate to this. So I'm just selecting only this table, nothing else. I'm just selecting it here. So let me go ahead and open and show you this dbu database log. So you don't see that created details here. So this one is fine. This is the table which I wanted to move it. Yes. Let me click on update. So it's updating the DACPAC here. Let me close this. Let me open up the visual. I don't know what happened. Go back to the file. Yeah, so after refreshing, I could see this created it here. So that's the way you update this. In the same way, I can go ahead and delete one table also. So consider like I'm just deleting this table from the database. And same thing, error log, I'm just deleting it from the database. So let me go back. This is a delete operation. Let me compare the schema. Let me complete again. So to in sync with the database. So I need to delete the table from here also. You can see this cross marks. That means like it's getting deleted from here. Let me update this. So this one will remove it from the DACPAC from this project. See, it's got deleted now. So that means like source and this Visual Studio project both are in a sync. And this doesn't mean if you deploy this into different environments, higher environments, it will delete automatically. No, it will never delete that. So if you want this to be deleted in QA or UAT environments, you need to explicitly write the delete command, delete statement. You need to execute the statement in pre-deployment script. Then only it will delete that table. Okay, that's about the delete. Let's try to come to a conclusion in this and what did we discussed about it. The summary is give an example, give a brief about like what is a DACPAC, introduction to the DACPAC. Second thing is about adding the entities, database entities to the Visual Studio project, database project. Second thing is updating the uh, table here, the database log, and deleting also, which I explained about it. I even explained, touched upon pre-deployment as well as in post-deployment. So this concludes the part 1 of this DACPAC. So in part 2, I'll be discussing more about pre as well as in post deployment. And the second important point, the second point which I want to discuss is about how do we consume some other DACPAC in this project. So as a way we do reference one database in another databases or link database in SQL Server. So in the same way, DACPAC also we can refer another database DACPAC we can refer in this project. How can we do that? So I'll try to explain it on the next video. If you need any information, further information, any help in DACPAC, please contact me on an email which is there in the description. Thank you very much. Have a good day.